there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fields this way up at the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. The give is to Elliott. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Try and run for it with Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Greg Zuerlein for the Cowboy field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3. That drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson had a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Jackson to Snead that time. 1st down, Baltimore.
45-yard line.
Go, go, go. Tight on this side, boy. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one who runs him down, and my goodness, that is just a disastrous loss for this offense. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
I can't believe they let you play.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson sliding out of the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Mike 48, Mike 48. And we're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Check 48's the Mike. Check 48's the Mike.
They go play action now. Jackson. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Prescott. The 20. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 43 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2.
Conversion.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally he has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A big play there. 101 yards. And the Ravens were able to show off their quick strike ability.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Good. Makes the score Cowboys 19, Ravens 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down, Cowboys.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Pernell McPhee.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He'll fire this deep for Gallup, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battles.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Take it at the 37.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Letting one fly deep for Cook. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Zerline now for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
26, Ravens 7. Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Jackson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Prescott going to take a shot for Gallup, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Cowboy ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. A 1st down carry by Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From the 16, Prescott. That's Elliott, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now Elliott. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown, Dallas.
Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
The score, Cowboys 33, Ravens 7. Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. So that one will be accepted. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll look to throw right away. It's complete to Snead. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Snead. That's good for a Baltimore Raven. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
At the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought
Alden Smith there on the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get off the field. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Kill.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Here we go. Go ahead, Nate. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Go. Get out there. Yes, Mike. Man, I got you.
First down, Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. That's complete. It's Bell.
Prescott's pass.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Prescott now from the 50. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one's high, but not very far. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, report. 13.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Watch QB drop. Report. Watch 55. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Bound to lose one. Hey. Mike 55. Mike 55. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball.
Jackson now to throw on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott yet again. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trotty! And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards. Jackson from the shotgun. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. Mike, 50. Yo. 55. Hey, eat. He runs.
Throwing again. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's 4th down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun, it's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
9-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
4 yards.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. 48 Mike.
Throwing here, Prescott. Flush to his right.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
48 smart, 48 smart. Silver. 48.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Brown, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last shot for Jackson, escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Today's final score, Cowboys.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.